Oh.
Hi guys, I'm Mark Brockhurst, and today I'm going to be taking you through a few of the setup, grip changes and stuff you'd have to do, basic setup for the entire golf game. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the grip, because that's the only part of your body that's actually touching the club. And a couple of key fundamentals you have to make sure you check is, first of all, you need your left palm facing down. It needs to be square with the club face. In that way, so when you set up and you hit the ball square, everything's going to be square, the club face is going to go square, it's going to go in the right direction. The second thing you need to check is the V between your right thumb and your right index finger needs to be pointing towards your right shoulder, just like this. So that V points up here, and you've got that hand, your left hand, square with the club face. If you make a correct swing, the ball's going to go straight. Okay, so the second thing we need to check is the setup. If you don't have the correct setup, just like the grip, if you make a good swing, you can hit it offline just from having a poor setup. So first of all, you need to pick your aiming point and draw a line back from the aiming point towards the ball. Secondly, you need to get your feet, shoulders and everything parallel to that line. So what you do, the best way to practice is get the ball, pick a target, and have lay a club or just any stick down just to make sure your line's square. But when you move into the shot, you need to make sure your feet, shoulders, knees, hips and everything are parallel to that line. So when you make a good swing, you can make sure it goes straight down the line, and it's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate three kinds of shots you can play. We're going to do the straight shot, which requires a normal setup, a draw and a fade. With these two setups, you have to change them slightly to curve the ball. So I'll demonstrate the first one, which is a straight shot. And with this, you need your club face square to the target, and your body and everything parallel to that. There's no real changes. This is your regular shot. With everything square, that ball should fly very straight in the air. The second one I'm going to show you is a draw. This is where you start the ball right and it swings round and curves back to the target. And with this, again, you need the club face square to the target. But with this one, you need to align your body right. So you put that left foot forward and the right foot back, and you want everything in line with your feet. So this way, you're swinging from an in to out motion, and the ball's going to curve. Right, and the third one I'm going to show you is a fade. It starts to the left and comes back to the right, and it's pretty much the mirror version of the draw. You again, you need to set up the club face square to the target, and your feet aimed out to the left, and again your body's lined up straight with your feet. So when you come in, you're going to cut across the ball and put left to right spin on it. Something like that. Okay, so the next two shots I'm going to show you are another variation on the straight shot. The first one is a high shot, and with this you need a ball position that's just inside your left heel. And with this ball position, instead of being back here, it's going to be up towards your left foot, and you're going to hit it more on the up, so it's towards the end of the arc of your swing. And this way it's going to cause an upward motion and create more loft on the club face, and the ball's going to go higher. And also with that shot, you need to make sure you make a full swing, because the harder you swing, the more speed you create, and that way you're going to produce a higher ball flight. The second shot, let's say a variation of the straight shot, is a lower ball flight. With this one, instead of putting the ball towards your left foot, you're going to put it towards the right foot. So again, closer to your right foot, and with this one you need to spin it less, so you take a bit shorter swing back and through. And again, with that reduced club head speed, you're going to be able to control the ball, put less spin on it. It's going to fly lower through the air. Okay, so now I've shown you a few different kinds of swings. Now I'm going to show you the different ball positions required when you're using different clubs in the bag. As you move through the set and go to a higher club in the bag, they get longer, as you can see in the length in these clubs. So the first ball position I'm going to show you is the driver ball position. Actually, the driver is the longest club in the bag, so you need that ball up all the way up to your left heel. And the reason for this was because the driver is obviously the longest club in the bag, so it takes a bigger arc, and the arc needs to bottom out towards the left heel, which is the low point in the swing. The next club I'm going to show you is the 7-iron. This is generally around the middle of the set, and it should go generally in the middle of the stance, just like this. And then the last club is the lob wedge, and this is the shortest club in the bag, and this ball position is slightly back of centre, almost 3/4 of the way towards your right heel. And the reason for that is because it's the shortest club in the bag. It's going to hit the ground earliest, and you need to move the ball position back to accommodate for that. Okay, lastly, the last thing I'm going to show you is the different kinds of swings you need to make for different clubs in the bag. When you get to the more lofted clubs in the bag, these are more precision. It's almost like you're fine-tuning, you're getting as close as you can to the hole, so you don't really need that raw power. It's more a precision game and the accuracy. So with the lob wedge, which is the most lofted club in the bag, you need, like I said earlier, closer to the right foot, just off centre to the right. You don't need to take it back fully because you're not trying to create a huge amount of distance. You need to take it back maybe just short of parallel for control, and again on the way through, not all the way around, but maybe just a 3/4 finish. Okay, so next up is a progression from the lob wedge. We're going to go to the 7-iron. This club's going to go a little bit longer, which means the swing's going to have to be a little bit longer to accommodate that. So what we're going to do, the same setup I showed you before with the ball in the middle with the 7-iron, and like the lob wedge, we're going to go just short of parallel, but this time a little bit longer, round about here, just short of parallel, but still a little bit longer than the lob wedge. And then on the way through, we're going to come to a complete finish, but still have that control that we had with the lob wedge. So kind of something like this. So as you can see, we've still got the control of an iron, but it's a bit more powerful than the lob wedge swing because we're not trying to be as accurate as we are with the lob wedge. Okay, so lastly, the last thing I'm going to show you is the driver swing. This club goes the furthest in the bag, it's the longest club in the bag, and is used off the tee to get you in the fairway, get you as far down there as possible. So this is your most aggressive swing. You want to create as much speed as possible, which means you've got to take it back the furthest and through the furthest, just to create as much speed as you can. You don't want to go past parallel to the ground because you're going to lose control and hit it all over the place. But you want to swing it back fully to parallel and then again all the way through without holding on to anything, just creating as much speed as you can. Kind of something like that.